Let's get into this right here. Well, the NBA is getting what they want. Luka and LeBron James. Well, the Lakers defeat the Knicks. And this was not going to be a surprise, folks. Whether it was going to be a blowout or it came down to the end, nobody was surprised the Lakers was going to win. I can tell you what, this game was horrible, especially for the Knicks. Karl Anthony Towns, sit your ass down. And this is what I mean, folks. When these guys don't have an overall game and they're not feeling lucky, they look like idiots shooting these threes. And Candace Parker alluded to this last night. And Candace Parker calling a big game like this? Wow. This is such a welfare league, folks. And look, I'm not trying to beat up on Candace Parker, but what happened to the marquee play-by-play people? What happened to the marquee color analyst? What happened? We're reduced to Candace Parker? Candace Parker is saying that J.J. Redick is in the running for Coach of the Year? Wow, folks. Coach of the Year. Also, she was calling these Lakers the Showtime Lakers. The Showtime Lakers are back? Wow, folks. You just can't even make this up. I don't know which one's worse. Her saying the Showtime Lakers are back, or JJ, or it might have been the play-by-play guy that said JJ Redick was in the running for Coach of the Year, folks. Look at this. Could you imagine a first-year head coach, especially JJ Redick, getting a Luka Doncic, a guy who just walks into the lane like ain't nothing happening, and gets all these fouls on the most athletic era of all time type of dudes? Huh. Wow, can you imagine? The guy who really don't even jump. He don't jump no higher than me or you, folks, when he goes up for a shot. In no way a Dikembe Mutombo, a Shaq, an Alonzo Mourning, a Wilt, and a Hakeem, Kareem, a Tim Duncan. I mean, no way a Michael Jordan or any other players from the 90s, 80s, 70s, 60s could stop a Luka Doncic just waltzing into the lane and either getting some of the fakest fouls and just laying these things. I was saying last night, Larry Bird couldn't even walk down the lane like that in the 90s and just lay the ball up like that. I mean, wow, folks. You got to be kidding me. You have to be kidding me. These guys, I never thought I would say this for brothers, but these brothers are not athletic at all, folks. These black players today are the least athletic black players I've seen in my life. No doubt about it. Remember, they just got three-peated by a plumber in a dunk contest. It was that bad. It was that bad. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is with this Luka Doncic thing. To me, it's a joke. To me, it's a joke with this Joker thing. How he can just waltz through the lane like ain't nothing happening and do all these layups with no resistance like that. But yeah, she alluded last night to Cat. Play like a big man, play like a center. I mean, what happened last night? This dude, I'm gonna just call him Fat Boy. Because he really is fat. He doesn't possess any muscle tone or nothing like that. The dude is, I wouldn't say he's out of shape, but, he's not in shape. He's fat. If you ever look at him, he's fat to me. But he was out of the game already with 5 minutes to go in the first quarter? 5 minutes to go in the first quarter, he's already sitting his fat ass down. And then, all of a sudden, the Lakers start getting all these offensive rebounds, putbacks, all this stuff. This dude is trash, man. Shot horrible from three last night. It was some of the most incredible shots you ever seen. These guys were shooting like they had no reason shooting these type of balls. I mean, they weren't even wide open. They weren't even like, you know how back in the day a dude would be like, have his feet set, his hips, what do you call it? He would have his hips in the right position. I can't remember what you call it, but his whole body will be set, facing the basket, and he's ready for that set shot or whatever like that, especially from three. This ain't what Karl Anthony Towns does, man. This ain't what Karl Anthony Towns does. This guy is a fake three-point god. I mean, remember last year in the playoffs when they were playing, oh man, I forget who they were playing. But man, this guy was missing a lot of threes. The Mavs, they was missing a lot. He was missing a lot of threes, and then he won't give you no paint work. It was this guy, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. This guy, Jalen Brunson. I think he was like 1 for 6 from three. I mean, not that the Lakers shot like great from three or anything like that. The whole thing. The Lakers and the Knicks, they both shot horrible. I think the Lakers shot, if I'm not mistaken, like 44% from the field. But the Knicks, weren't they like 32%, right? I think they shot like something like 32% from the field. It was horrible, folks. So I didn't catch the whole game. I'm glad I didn't, because most of the game that I seen in the first half was the Lakers fouling the hell out of the Knicks. They were fouling the hell out of them hard. And even though sometimes they got the call, the Knicks did, these were like flagrant fouls. What we would call flagrant fouls today. Of course, not back in the day. But what I'm trying to say is, if the Knicks were fouling the Lakers like that, that's flagrant. That's a flagrant foul. So all of a sudden now, the Lakers are playing hack defense. If you look at the chart, all these Lakers now have all these fouls. 3, 4, 5, 5, 5, 3, 3. Even LeBron James picked up his fouling. So what they're going to do now is what they call defense. They're going to hack the hell out of people and get them frustrated, get them mad, get them, But these are flagrant fouls, what the Lakers are doing, folks, in this era. It's not good defense. They're clobbering these guys. Okay, if that's what needs to be done in this era, it's got to be tit for tat. But it's not like that. That ain't the way these guys play no more or anymore. They don't clobber guys no more. So it's going to be hard for me to see, the Lakers really losing in the playoffs, or too much the rest of the regular season, if they're able to hack and clobber guys like this. Do I have any problem? Well, I do have a problem with it, really, because they're getting away with a lot of fouls too. But I was about to say I don't have a problem with it if it's tit for tat, if it's something like that. But it's not going to be like that. Also, I noticed all of a sudden the Lakers bench is deep as hell. You're starting to see guys that you've never seen in your life come off that bench, come out of G League, come off the street, come off the couch, come off a FedEx truck. It's like, who the hell are these guys now? So basically, let me tell you something. The Lakers have sent in their goons, right? So now this done turned into hockey, right? They done sent in their goons. The JJ Redick goons. Mark my word, I'm the first one to say this. These aren't. Have you ever heard of some of these players? I can't even tell you their names right now. They're coming off the bench like 3, 4 guys. I'm like, who the hell are these guys? And they're in there to be enforcers, to be goons, to hack the hell out of the opponent, because they don't want Luka and LeBron James getting all these fouls, even though LeBron James fouls have went up. I didn't see him cry that much yesterday. Well, what happened to that? You guys might have to say he was, because I didn't watch the entire game. But this is the process right here. Trust this process. It's going to be Austin Reeves, Luka, and LeBron James getting all the points. That's what it's going to be, folks. And I just don't remember all this defense, like I said, when AD was there. Where was all these goons at when AD was there? When AD needed help on defense, Where was these goons at? I need somebody to talk about that, folks. Somebody talk about that. I don't know if it needs to be sports and fitness brands. Somebody uncut, too raw. We can see it's apparent what they're doing with these goons. They're just bringing all these guys off the bench and hacking people. This is your new job. You're a goon. That's it, folks. And some of these guys are, their job too is to catch easy lobs and stuff like that. Hey, I mean, I'm not hating. It is what it is, folks. But the NBA, these teams are going to have to adjust their style of play. They're going to have to goon back. If you think that you're just going to sit there and let these guys, hack the hell out of you, play physical, and do all this stuff, and you're not going to do it back? Come on, bro. You just going to let Luka walk down the lane? Hey, goon up Luka. Goon this dude. I'm trying to tell you, because he ain't no good free throw shooter in the first place. He's a LeBron James type of free throw shooter. So you got to put this guy on the line, man. Yeah, put him on the line. That's all I got to say about that. Or play defense on this dude. He's slow-footed. He don't beat nobody off the dribble. I'm not trying to say he don't have any handles. Yeah, he's got handles. But he ain't going to beat you off no dribble. The only reason why he can just waltz on down the lane is because it's an open floor. Other than that, what are we talking about? It's a joke. It's a complete joke, folks. LeBron James, this was hilarious. I can't wait to see this on somebody's video. He would sit there, dribbling between the legs, boom, boom, boom. You know how he tries to act like he's got these handles? Just sitting there trying to, show his opponent up at the three-point line, dribbling between his legs like 3 times. And then he did that step back 3. What they call that, fuck you 3 or whatever like that. And LeBron airballs. This dude is a joke, man. This dude is a joke. I think he shot like 8 threes, and Luka shot like 9. I think LeBron was like 3 for 8 from the, or 2 for 8, 3 for 8 from the 3, and Luka, and Luka was like, I think it was 4 for 12. Just horrible. Luka's really not a good 3-point shooter. If you go back and you look at his percentage over the years, he's not really a great 3-point shooter. He just takes a lot of threes. He gets a lot of his points, I would say a quarter of them from 3, not really at a real good percentage. And then he gets the rest of his points from the free throw line, and a lot from doing layups. Waltzing to the basket. It's just, I just can't even imagine nobody not being able to stop this guy in the 90s or in the 80s. You just couldn't do that, man. You just can't waltz to the lane, to the basket like nothing's going on. They would throw your shit in the damn stands. These guys are so unathletic. And I'm not trying to say, Luka, couldn't never do this in the 90s or the 80s. But I'm just saying, man, this type of stuff that he pulls off, you just couldn't do it back then like that consistently. You just couldn't. I think this trade is embarrassing for the league. I think this trade, they don't care about nothing but money, because we all know this, they basically, share money for the most part in the league. So, like I said, when LeBron James went to the Heat, it was no pushback from the owners, because they're all getting paid on his profit sharing and all this stuff. So the teams might be worth more individually, but for the most part, these owners are in it together. Yeah, but I think it's sad for the NBA folks that something like this could happen. That we were told that LeBron James was carrying this team the entire season in the first place, and then he gets a Luka Doncic. Check this out, folks. They were. Have you ever seen this? They were number 5 in the standings and climbing when they traded Anthony Davis. Number 5. What? You were so you're trying to tell me that somebody knew the future? That you would not need a big man center like AD in this league to make a playoff run? Huh? Tell me that. How's that even possible, folks? You would get. I don't care if it's Luka Doncic. We know it's Luka Doncic. I'm just saying. Who would know that you wouldn't need a big man to make a run? And I'm trying to tell you folks, this is going to be great. Must-see TV. Must-see TV. Must-see TV. What we're going to see in the future. What we're going to see in the future with this, folks. It's going to be very interesting to see what the NBA script is going to be. How they're going to pull this off. Are they going to pull off a Boston Celtics type of run last year when, you know, all the guys in the East just came together and they met in a secret place and they say, all the good players from every team, and they say, you play hurt, you play hurt, you play hurt, you play hurt, you play hurt. We're going to give you $1 million. Even though that's supposed to be toilet paper money because you're making 40, 50, 60 million dollars a year. But don't tell anybody you don't get paid the money. We tell the fans. So do you think this is going to be good for the NBA? If the Lakers are able to make the Western Conference, are able to make the NBA Finals, this is going to be very interesting, folks. Because we can see as good as the Warriors been playing, what's going to be that matchup right there? What's going to be that matchup? Can Jimmy Butler outdo LeBron James? Right? Curry and Jimmy Butler, can they outdo LeBron James and Luka Doncic? I don't know, folks. I don't know if that's possible. And why I think that is because if the Lakers get the 2 seed, guess what? If the Lakers get the 2 seed, I don't know if that's going to happen. Because the Warriors won't have the 2 seed. They won't have the 1 seed. What's the best the Warriors really can do? I think the best the Warriors really can do is maybe a 4 seed. Because they're definitely climbing, folks. A lot of these teams are fool's gold. Straight up, some of these teams are fool's gold. When we talk about Memphis, Denver's got something to prove. I just don't know. There's a lot of fool's gold out there in that West. So like I said, to me, OKC is fool's gold. Until they can prove me wrong, they're fool's gold. Is Chet Holmgren back? I don't know. And him coming back at the last minute, what is that going to do? Is he going to be in shape to play basketball? Really? And if they're allowed to play Goon basketball, the Lakers, I don't know. All they have to do is steal one from OKC at home. All they have to do is steal one game. And like I said, what are we looking at in the East? We know the Knicks are trash. We're going to see this Saturday. I don't know. This is, guys, I'm going to tell you, the verdict will be in. The verdict will be in Saturday. That's it, folks. The day of judgment will be in Saturday on what I think. Seriously, we can just go ahead and wrap this whole thing up when we see the Boston Celtics play the Lakers. Because if anything, this might be the finals matchup. Look, if the Cavs show up, I just don't think they're there, folks. The Celtics are deep. The Celtics, it is sad because we shouldn't even be seeing the Lakers because they're not deep like that. We know the Celtics and the Cavs are probably the deepest teams that have good players that can go deep. Now, all of a sudden, the Lakers, they can go deep because they got some goons. Oh, boy. So, to me, this is going to determine, what I think. And it's going to be interesting to see also, these teams in the East, how they're going to finish out with their records. As far as the Cavs and the Celtics. How they're going to finish out. In Milwaukee, how these teams are going to finish out. Because we already know the Lakers aren't going to catch OKC. But what they're trying to do is they're trying to strategize. Because if they can knock OKC out or some other team can knock OKC out, and the Lakers eventually get to the finals with the best record, or have the better record than those teams in the East. Now the Lakers got home court advantage. Yes, folks. Understand what's going on. So before I get off of here, what's going on is the West is trash. And what's funny, I think the Lakers had the same record, if I'm not mistaken, as the basically as the Knicks. But yeah, I understand what I'm trying to say. The Lakers aren't that good, folks. Even with Luka Doncic, they're not that good. Luka's not shooting real good. And don't tell me about no injury. He's really, if you really look at his career numbers, he's really not a good shooter. I don't have the numbers on me right now, but if you go look at his career numbers, he's really not a good shooter. He's never shot 50%, or I don't even think close to 50% from the field, if I'm not mistaken. And what I mean by that is in this fast-paced era, that's unexcusable. You know, he hasn't really been this great three-point shooter, neither for his career. If you look at year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, what he does is, if you look at it, it's kind of like a LeBron James effect. He gets to the line a lot. He shoots. Now, you know, LeBron, well, you can say LeBron always shot a lot of threes for the, you know, for the average in the NBA, which is crazy for him. I think, you know, Luka's a better mid-range shooter, yes. I think, you know, Luka, he can wheel and deal, create better. Of course, has way better handles. It's not even close. But when you look at him, you know, the only advantage I would give him over LeBron James, like I said, better ball handler, doesn't use his physicality because he has, you know, he can handle the ball. And he's a better mid-range shooter, no doubt. But if you look at it, they're not really good three-point shooters. They're not good free throw shooters. And their field goal percentage really ain't, you know, that good for as many shots as they take. So they get a lot of their points from the three-point line, the free throw line, and doing, you know, layups. Both of them. That's their career in a nutshell. And they both, you know, put up this, you know, 28, 7 and 7, you know, at times, you know, we know Luka put up 29 or 30, 9 and 8. I mean, LeBron James put up a season like that too. So, I mean, it ain't like LeBron's never put up a season like that. Yes, he done put up a season like that. But, yeah, this is going to be real telling what's going to happen. And it's no excuse, folks. We should have saw the Lakers play OKC at least 3 times. How many times did they play OKC this year? I mean, it's like I've never seen a team being. They just played the Knicks not too long ago, before the All-Star break. I mean, what's going on here? So I'm not sure, not really sure what's going on, but they do have OKC coming up in the coming days. It's going to be interesting to see, you know, what's going on here, but that's going to be something else. I'm just saying, we need to see how they play against these marquee teams that's up in the standings. We need to see this. Like, we got the Celtics game coming up. I just need to see how they play against these teams, because these are the better teams. Are they going to be able to bring their goons? I don't know how many times they play the Warriors the rest of the season, because I think they played the Warriors like 3 times already. And of course, Curry didn't have any help. So it would be nice to see them play those teams or play Golden State. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if they can, you know, bring out the goons on Boston, a real defensive team. I think Boston is like, you know, to me, I don't know where they are as far as defense, but I would consider them the number one defensive team in the league, and they shoot a lot of threes. I would consider them maybe up there with the Cavs as far as defense, and the Cavs, they were playing the overall game, but it looks like they're shooting a lot of threes now, more than before. But yeah, but it's going to be interesting to see. I don't know if they play the Cavs again this year, but it's going to be interesting to see if they can bully OKC and they can bully the Celtics. It's going to be interesting, and if they can, bully those two teams, I got to see this, folks. I got to see this. Now, to me, it won't be hard to bully OKC, but I'm just saying, I want to see if the refs are going to let them bully OKC like that, just to get these wins, and see if Boston Celtics are going to let that happen. We saw that last night with the Knicks. The Knicks are soft as tissue. They were getting bullied around, folks. Get bullied around, and it don't help neither that they shot like hell. On top of that, so you guys tell me what you think.